Recently, I've been talking a lot about my motivation to run and how running has taken a back seat in terms of priority for me. I've been focusing more in my lifts and I've been seeing more and more results, but I haven't seen too much motivation in the cardio section. Like my runs have been less frequent, and I'm not having high mileage as I normally do. And I try to come up with reasons why I don't run as frequently as I used to, and I try to see the underlying issue that I have. And I think it comes down to one thing, is just the time part of running. You have to allocate a certain amount of time to run a certain amount per week, and balancing that with a lot of other things, it just doesn't seem that important in the aspect of where I'm going or where I want to go. Now that I'm increasing in lifting heavier, I feel that I'm prioritizing my energy spent in the gym and prioritizing how my body is feeling after every lift. How's my rest doing? And maybe sometimes when I start feeling sore, I kind of tell myself that, okay, maybe I can skip today running, or I can run a little bit less than what my program is slated to do. And I should have more motivation towards running, because the marathon is coming up in about 4 months, and the way that I'm approaching running, I'm not giving enough emphasis. And it's not that I don't want to give emphasis on it, it's just I think that motivation to run is not as strong as lifting weights. I think motivation is a never-ending roller coaster. Sometimes your motivation will be high to do something, sometimes it'll dip low. And trying to control that is very difficult. Or trying to keep it high enough to see the results you want is a tall challenge in itself. And I think that's what I have inside me, thinking about how can I increase my motivation to be above average most of the time, so that I don't skip my runs, so I don't back down from what my training program says to do. And this will always vary week by week. There are some weeks where your motivation's at 80%, some weeks where it dips so low at 40 or 20, and it's okay to it's okay to be variable and to acknowledge that. But I think trying to figure out how we can increase those 40% to be at least 50 or 60 is really key to having a high drive of motivation. And with working out every day, I've found a consistency in my schedule that doesn't allow me to become unmotivated. Like even even when I go to the gym, if I'm not lifting heavy, I will do something that will benefit that muscle that I'm working out on that day. And having that consistency adds to the level of motivation that I have inside me. Now, for running, that is a separate beast in itself. I use running as a vehicle to improve my cardio, to improve my heart health. And sometimes my motivation isn't there because it's my accessory work to my main purpose, which is getting stronger. I know that running can benefit results in the gym, and I need to make those two things click in my mind a lot more frequently if I want to have a high level of motivation while I'm running. So this week I had planned for a 16-mile long run, and I ended up not reaching that 16. I ended up at 10 and decided to stop running just because I didn't feel that I felt like I couldn't complete the run without getting injured of some sort, and decided to pull the plug and regroup and try to figure out what went wrong in that run and what can I do to better prepare. And I think one thing that I didn't prepare for is that I wasn't consistent enough in my runs to benefit my 16-mile run. So I think having more runs and being more focused in each run, I think that will better myself in my weekend long runs. So I'm looking for this type of motivation in my running so that I can get better when the 20 comes, when the 22 comes. Because it's just going to go uphill from here, and I really need to be more diligent with running. That's it for this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.